we adopt abused and neglected horses. These are horses that people have either mistreated or not fed, not been very nice to, and they don't have any place to go. And a lot of times they come to us and they have physical problems because of either their abuse or neglect. So we have 6 horses on the property. Now we're going to go out, we're going to meet all 6 of them. There's a spotted horse, a big orange and white spotted horse, and that's Cisco. And he is the sweetest horse, as we know. He's an Appaloosa, and we're not sure whether he's got a twisted front right leg, and we don't know whether that was an injury or a birth defect, but he has some trouble getting around, but he is a love of a horse. He's just the greatest horse. There's Bama. She's the only female on the property. She's a mare. She wakes up every morning and she says, "Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the prettiest of them all?" She's the boss. Everybody has to mind Bama, center of the universe. Bama was abused by a male, we think mostly on her right side, and it looks like her nose was broken. She has issues with men sometimes, and sometimes she doesn't, so it's very interesting. But she's really good for the program because she can be kind of a bully, and when you have to deal with a bully, bullies aren't very nice, right? But what you find out about bullies is that they're really sweet on the other side of that tough exterior. So if you just pet her, she comes around and she's just a love.
And you'll know Bama because she's red and white like Alabama.
Yes, she is. She is. There's the big, pretty black and white horse. He's got a white blaze, a white snip, 3 white feet, and his name is Shadow. And Shadow came to us from the Birmingham Humane Society. They rescued 5 horses and 3 donkeys from a man who just left them. They were eating tree bark and loaves of bread, and they were drinking, their only water source were mud puddles. So we took him on. The Birmingham Humane Society rescued him back in March, I think it was, and we took him in May. And he is awesome. He's very pretty, and he's very sweet. There's a pony, Joseph. He's kind of red and white. We call him Joseph, pony in many colors. He is very sweet. Somebody turned him out in Calera. Just turned him loose, downtown Calera, just let him go, like a dog. Just, not that you should do that to a dog or any animal. So our vet picked him up, and she said he looks perfect for your program, but the pony's going blind. He's starting to lose his eyesight. He's very sweet, but when you're around him, you'll notice he's kind of a little bit more jerky than the other horses because he just doesn't see quite as well. There's Job, and Job is the young one. He's the one that's all black. He's just turned 2 years old last week. He's kind of like a puppy. You know how puppies want to put everything in their mouth? That's exactly what Job is like. He's going to put your shirt in his mouth. He's going to put your pants. He'll steal your hammer when you're not looking. He stole a tool bag out of the pasture one day. He's a Tennessee walking horse like Shadow. There were 20 horses in a field, and 19 of them were dead. They had all been starved to death, including his mother. So his mother was able to give birth to him, stay alive for enough period of time to get nourishment into him, and then she died. So he was rescued by our vet, taken to our property. She rehabbed him and called us and said, "You can have him if you want him." And he's just awesome. He's not ridden yet. He's too young, but we're getting ready to start him real soon. So he's, we can lead him around on the ground, that kind of thing. He's still got some growing to do. And last but not least, there's Zeke, and Zeke is our problem child. Zeke has lots of health issues. He has a very serious condition called Cushing's disease, and humans can get that disease too, which means he can't shed his hair. He also has another condition called anhydrosis, which means he can't sweat. So he lives in Alabama, and he can't shed, and he can't sweat. Very hot and uncomfortable horse. He also has a serious hoof condition called founder. It's very, very painful, and it's a condition that can happen over and over again, and he's foundered every year for the last 8 years, I believe, except for this year. So, thanks to, I'll tell you a story. This is, last year, we inherited Zeke, along with Cisco and Bama. When we took over this property, they were all here. Zeke was in so much pain and so sick. He couldn't walk from the front of the barn to the back of the barn in a day. He would just stand in the hallway. Sometimes he would get outside and he couldn't get back to the barn. We'd have to take food and water to him. So when we took over, we thought, well, the humane thing to do is to put him down and put him to sleep because he's so in so much pain and he's so sick. A couple of our board members and Doc, our farrier, all got together and said, no, let us try a few things. Well, 8 medications later, and supplements and vitamins and all this, he can now canter away from me when I go to catch him in the field. He is quite the miracle. Unfortunately, some of the drugs have stopped working as well, and he's gone back to not being able to sweat. But that's only happened in the last 2 weeks. So we're in hopes that we can ramp up and tweak the medication again. But for him to have rebounded like this, we've nominated him for the Alabama Veterinarian Association Hall of Fame. And we should know in November if he makes it, if he's got a nomination, because he's a miracle. But what we do is we take all these wonderful, lovely horses and we pair them with children. And these children are kind of special. They really don't have as much as you and I do. You know, some of them don't have mom and dads, and some of them are in what's called foster care. Some are in group homes. So we ask them to come out here and learn about the horses and let the horses learn about people, because these horses all have some healing to do too. And this has been a great way that horses learn to trust people again, the ones that have been abused and hurt and neglected. And the people learn about horses and how important it is to be kind to every living thing, to every human, to every animal, because we're all God's creatures, and we're all here on this earth for a purpose, and we're all interlocked together. So what you guys have done for us today means so much. Bringing the water that's going to help the kids who come out here, bringing the apples and the snacks. They're going to love that. The horses particularly love that. The cookies. I mean, you guys showing your love and appreciation, you have no idea how much it means. And the fact that our wonderful volunteers were here to